guys, welcome back to DG Modelworks. In this video I'm going to be discussing locomotive and rolling stock storage for around your layout. It's something that I've been trying to work on for a while for myself and trying to figure out a way to do it, because as far as my locomotives and rolling stock, whenever I want to run them or make a video, I have to get them out of the pack and get everything set up, and then usually I put them back into packaging to store them, and you know how much of a pain that can be after a while. So I'm trying to come up with other ideas of what to do instead of putting them back in the manufacturer's packaging. Now that's great for storing them, but if you're getting them in and out, well, it's a pain. So something that I've found recently at Walmart, I actually had to order this. I didn't see any in the store. They may have some in the store, but I thought I would give this a try. It's a 6-drawer plastic shelving unit. There should be enough room for locomotives or rolling stock. It does come with some casters if you would like to put casters on the bottom of this. I plan on storing this underneath the layout somewhere. So I wanted to buy it and see if it would work. And I also stopped at Hobby Lobby and got some of these foam sheets. What are these? 2 millimeters thick, I believe. They're 12 inch by 18 inch. They were 99 cents a piece. I thought I would line the bottom of the drawers with those to keep the locomotive or rolling stock from sliding all around and hitting each other. But I don't know. Let's take a closer look at this and see if I can make it work. Alright, I removed one of the drawers from the stand or the unit, and as you can see, it is plenty big enough for some HO scale locomotives. One thing I did notice though, I thought the drawers were flat on the bottom, but they do have a little bit of a raised section here in the middle, so when you get to the side, yeah, it's not going to allow your locomotive to sit upright. So I don't know if I can make this work yet or not. Let's see. And here's the foam sheets, which are a little bit too big, which is good. I'm going to trim them to fit. So let me trim this and we'll see if we can make this work. Okay, I cut this piece of foam to fit. So we'll lay it in here. I'm going to test this again. Well, it definitely keeps the locomotive from sliding around. I don't know about the edges though, where that raised section is. Yeah, it's still not preventing that from falling over. I do have another idea though. I had some extra foam, of course, left over from trimming this. I may be able to cut strips to put on the recessed area. And maybe that'll bring that up to level with this raised area and maybe prevent that from being an issue. Alright, so I managed to cut some strips from the remaining piece of foam that I had, and I may have to hot glue them in or something to hold them if this works out. So let me see, I'll lay this piece back in and test it again. Still has a little bit of a lean to it. Might be able to put another piece in. It does seem to be, rather stable. It's not falling over. Alright, I just set 4 locomotives in there. It looks to be about the limit. Now what I did notice, we were talking about this locomotive kind of moving around. Well, actually, that's just rocking on the bolsters. The whole locomotive isn't rocking. As you can see, the other ones aren't moving at all. So that's actually the locomotive. And like I said, the frame and the wheels and the trucks aren't moving and rocking. It's just the body on the bolster. So that's just the way this locomotive is made. So I think we'll be able to get away with just one strip of foam on either side. You might want to put some up on the front or the back too if you want, but I think the sides are really where it's going to be the issue. So I'm going to see if I can come up with a more permanent solution for the foam, and we'll move on. So I managed to find my hot glue gun. So I'm going to hot glue some of these things in here. Start with this strip first. And get it started. And then I'll work my way down. This is a low temp glue gun, which is probably the best thing for this. I did manage to cut a smaller strip for up on the front of the drawer. I don't think we need one at the back. It's going pretty quick, actually. Hot glue dries quick. Gotta work quick. Here we have our pieces of foam hot glued in. Now just glue the foam base in. I got all these strings everywhere. Alright, since this glue seems to dry pretty quick, I think I'm going to put a bead of glue across the middle, and then we can lift up either end and glue that down. I'm telling you, you really have to move quick with this stuff. Probably just get away with putting it at the edge instead of all over the place. Do the same up here. And there we go, a foam lined drawer. Now let's test this out completely before I do the rest of them. Alright, so I set the shelves underneath the layout here. I didn't put any casters on it yet. I just want to try it out. I'll tell you what, it's a tight fit to get them in there with the drawer placed. I mean, it will fit, but you got to take your time. Still quicker than putting them back in the packaging, as long as you don't knock any detail parts off or anything. I guess I can spread them out a little bit. That surprisingly seems pretty stable. I wouldn't pull out more than one drawer at a time if you have them all loaded. If I keep this here and this works, I'm probably going to build a little bit of a base on it to sit it on the floor. Just to bring it up a little bit, and I don't know, so it's not sitting directly on the floor. I don't like the idea of using the casters. I think it will, I don't like the idea of having maybe that many locomotives rolling away and possibly tipping over. So I don't think I'm going to use the casters, but I don't know, it seems like it's doable. You do have to be careful getting locomotives out though. That's for sure. The drawer doesn't pull out as far as I'd like, but further out it comes, then the better chance it's going to tip over too. So now let's test this out with some rolling stock. You could, well, I mean, you can fit some sideways, but you can't get them way back in. And there's a 72-foot center beam. Again, something that long, it's a little bit harder to get in there. The only drawback with this is, you know, the locomotive wheels are geared so they hold stationary, but these are free rolling, so they do want to slide front to back pretty easy. I'm not sure I like this very well for my rolling stock. It seems like it'll work okay for locomotives though. So I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I'm going to give it a shot. I will line the rest of these drawers with the foam and sit it down there and load it up and see how well it does over time. But hey, it's worth a shot. Maybe it gives you an idea of something you can do with this, but maybe better. But anyways, this is what I decided to try. If it doesn't work, then so be it. I'll come up with something else. Alright guys, that's all I have for this video. Take care, and I'll see you next time.